Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul go. So glow.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to the Reese T Bills Mafia Tailgate pregame show. I'm your host, Tommy, and Aramis will be joining me shortly. What up, Bills Mafia? We are here. We are here. We are here. It is game day, baby. Game day. Are you pumped up? Are you not excited for this Bills game? I am. I know I am, man. I'm ready to rock and roll, man. I got my Eric Moulds Bills jersey on like I always do on game day. By the way, real quick, I don't know if I've ever asked my chat this. What Bills jersey do you guys rock during the games? Or if you don't rock a Bills jersey, what do you traditionally wear during Bills games? Let me know in the chat. I'll pop it up on the show here. So obviously me, Eric Moulds, I always rock the Eric Moulds jersey. I got plenty of jerseys, but this is my favorite player, so he's my go-to on game day. For sure, man. Aramis did text me. He'll be on a little bit later. He just got home from work, so just waiting on Aramis. And, yeah, let's fucking go. Beth, what's up, Beth? Appreciate you rocking with me, as always. Aramis was talking mighty confident last night on the post-podium podcast. Keep that energy, brother. Fucking love it. Says no bones about it. Yeah, man, and you know what? I'm going to get to the bottom. I'm going to get to the bottom of that because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Something was going on post-podium podcast on Friday night, man. Beth knows ball. Allen, Cook, Knox, Tasker, Thurman, or Kelly. All right. I swear, and that's a lot, by the way. That's a lot of. So you don't have one specific jersey that you rock with on game day. You either go to the Allen, Cook, Knox, Tasker, Thurman. Okay, so you got a lot to choose from. For me, I'm superstitious. I stick with the same jersey. Plus, it's obviously my favorite player. So, no bones. I wear my Bills hoodie or Bills t-shirt and hat. There you go. Nope. One alternate. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second, guy. Let me put my fan on, man. I put the heater on here because it's cold in Detroit. Though I like the cold. But, man, my heater, I got a brand new heater, and holy shit, it's like I'm in a fucking furnace. It's like I'm sitting in the furnace. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I'm dying here. I'm dying. That and I'm like 100 pounds overweight. That probably has a lot to do with it as well. Let me text Aramis and I am live. I'm live, brother. So just hop on when you can. All right. Had to let my co-host let them know that I went ahead and went live without them. The show must go on. You know how they say. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put some little bit of background music while Aramis is doing his thing. Let's see here. That is not it. That is not it. I thought I had it. Give me a minute, guys. That is definitely not it. I usually have some background music that I like to pop on, man, when I'm by myself here. Kind of makes it a little bit more easier for me to go through the streams. So give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about the delay. I should have probably had this thing going before I went live, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, here we go. If it's too loud, let me know, guys. Sometimes I can't tell if it's too loud on your end. So, seems fine though. All right, let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to the chat. Jacob, Tommy, if Bills win, do you hope to play? Who do you hope to play for in the AFC Championship? I actually was asked that question on AFC East Shakedown that I just got off from doing. Honestly, guys, probably not a popular opinion, but I'd rather play the Texans. Their offense is just bad. And I know their defense is elite, but I think Patriots are just a little bit more well-rounded. But honestly, it wouldn't matter. Bring any of those teams on. I think the Bills will be able to match up well with them. Listen, all these games are going to come down to the very last quarter, last 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes of the game. That's just how I see it. That's what happened in the Jacksonville game. That's what's probably going to happen here. We'll see what Aramis says about it. Let's see. He just texted me. He texted me the big thumbs up. So he'll be here shortly. Championship Sunday is on my birthday this year. Nothing will be better than a Buffalo Bills AFC Championship victory. Yeah, dude, bro. Obviously a lot of you guys have been Bills fans, for a long time. Some of you guys since the 70s, right? I've been a fan since 89. And dude, it would be unbelievable if the Bills can get it done this year, right? And I know I'm speaking way far ahead, right? But I'm just, it would be an unbelievable thing if it could happen, especially the same year that, they're closing down the old stadium. But look, one game at a time. We got to handle business against Denver. They are number one. They are the best team in the AFC for a reason. I'm not going to disrespect them. They earn that. They are at home for a reason as well, obviously being the best team in the AFC. So we got our hands full, no doubt about it. But once again, and I'll say it, I feel like we have the best quarterback in the NFL. We definitely got the best quarterback in the AFC, and I'll put my money on Josh Allen every single time. It doesn't matter who we're going against. So I said that last week. I said, you know what? It's going to probably come down to whoever has the ball last. And look, Trevor Lawrence had the ball last, and he failed. Josh Allen had his opportunity, and he succeeded. And that was really the end result there, was one quarterback got it done, and the other quarterback failed. So yeah, I'm going with Josh Allen every single time. That's not a shot on any of the quarterbacks in the AFC, but Josh Allen is just a different type of monster when it comes to the playoffs. All right, just in general, right? And Josh Allen's a different kind of beast altogether, but playoff Josh Allen, come on, man, you guys know, right? Playoff Josh Allen's nothing to be fucked around with, right? The dude sets records, right, in the playoffs. I think he only has like 4 interceptions to what is it now, 27, 28 total touchdowns, something crazy like that. The dude plays out of his mind. So yeah. Matt, hey Tommy, let's go Bills, go Bills. I agree. Tommy, sitting in the hot seat, mirrors Bean if the Bills struggle today. Not true. Tommy sitting in the hot seat, mirrors Bean if the Bills struggle today. Not I don't. Listen, I'll say it. I've been on record saying this. I think both McDermott and Bean are here to stay. I think they both get extensions. Now, if one does get fired, I would say Bean would get fired before McDermott, but I don't see it happening. I really don't, and I don't think it's deserved. I really don't, man. You guys, listen. We as fans sometimes criticize we find things to criticize, and we don't look at the good, right? We kind of just, we kind of just pay attention to everything that has been wrong or done wrong, or the bad selections or the bad free agent signings, but we also don't give them credit for the good draft picks or the good free agent signings. So I feel like sometimes as fans we're focusing too much on the bad, and we're not really, a lot of times fans aren't, going down the middle and kind of seeing both, because Brandon Beane has actually had some very good drafts, and he's had some really good players come here through the draft. Free agency, I would say, has been a little bit shaky. I'm not going to lie for Brandon Beane. If that's one knock I have on him, I feel like he needs to do a better job with free agency, for sure. And drafting, I would say the only knock I have on him is I wish he would start to trade up rather than trading back and hoarding so many picks. For me, it's nonsense to hoard that many draft picks when you can only keep so many. And a lot of those picks are late-round picks. They're not even making the team. So that's one knock I had of him. That's a couple knocks I have on Brandon Beane. Outside of that, I think Brandon Beane's done a good job. So I don't get why he gets so much criticism. I do feel like he made a huge mistake when he had an opportunity to get Waddle. You guys know I did a video about it. I think he tried to play hardball there with the draft picks as far as what Miami wanted, and it bit him in the ass. I don't think he makes that mistake again. I think he goes into this offseason knowing that we need to get Josh Allen help, especially at the wide receiver position. And I think he'll address that. I think he will. So let's see what happens. Sophie, you're a busy guy, Tommy. Thanks for all the shows. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, you guys don't realize, man, it takes a lot of work just scheduling the shows. It takes forever. I'm here just I'm drained. I'm just this is I gotta type everything and do all the thumbnails. It is time consuming. The actual easy part is coming on and talking to you guys. That part is fun and easy. It's all the pre-work that's a pain in the ass, man. Getting the show together, getting the guest here on time. It's there's a little bit of work behind the scenes when it comes to podcasting that some of you guys don't know. But yeah, it could be challenging at times for sure. But yeah, speaking to you guys, once the live hits, man, I could talk and talk and talk. You guys know that. That part's easy for me. Tommy, do you think Pats versus Texans will be a coming to down to earth game for the Patriots? I'm guessing, right? I don't know about coming down to earth game. I have that game very close. I do think the Texans will pull it out, just because I feel like their defense is really, really, really good, elite this season. I didn't like what I saw from Drake May last week. He fumbled, I believe, a couple times. Looked a little bit shaky early on against that Chargers defense, and that Chargers defense is not the Texans defense. However, on the flip side, the Texans offense is bad, and they're missing Nico Collins today, which doesn't help their cause, right? But I do think it's a low scoring game. I don't know if it's coming down to earth game. Listen, you got to give credit where credit is due. New England got the right coaching. They got the right coaching staff. They got Drake May has, second year in the NFL. He actually took a step forward, right? A lot of quarterbacks are second year. They either stay neutral or sometimes they take a step back. Not every second-year quarterback takes a step forward. Look at C.J. Stroud, perfect example. Had a great rookie year, and second year was shaky, right? They're even this year. So, Drake May looks like he's the real deal. So I would say that team is well-rounded, good coaching staff, good, upcoming quarterback, good defense. Christian Gonzalez is the real deal. So that team's going to be a good team, man. That team's going to be a team that the Buffalo Bills will fight for many years in the division. Now, the Jets and Dolphins, that's a totally different story. Those teams there, they got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. But I do think this is a game where the Patriots find themselves in a bit of trouble. But I think I said 17-13 Texans. But listen, the Patriots could pull that one out too, just because the Texans offense is so bad. So, listen, the Texans defense scored 2 defensive touchdowns last week. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Texans offense had 1 score a touchdown. So, yeah, they're heavily reliant on their defense, right? So, we'll see what happens. That game's very interesting for sure. Go Bills! What up, man? Bills Mafia Madden. Let's see here. Stroud sucks. It would be hard for them to beat us a second time, and I wouldn't be able to handle losing to New England. Watching May go to a Super Bowl, go to the bowl before Josh. I might need a hotline to call. Yeah, that would be. Jeez, man. I don't even know what to say about that. If that were to happen. Yeah, I would not be happy about that. Robert coming in. Tommy, Bean is a good position. I feel Bean has gained a lot of wisdom from this season. He has. And look, man, no GM's perfect. You know what I mean? You kind of live and learn from your mistakes. That's life in general. And he'll bounce back. He definitely will bounce back from this. Some of the mistakes he did this season, not getting a wide receiver in the offseason and then not pulling the trigger when he had the opportunity to get Jalen Waddle. So lesson learned, and that's okay. Look, at the end of the day, we're in the playoffs, right? We took care of the Jacksonville Jaguars, which many had us losing to, and we'll see what happens today, right? So, I don't think it's all been so bad here for Bean. I think he gets criticized a little bit more than he should. You guys got to remember too, it's McDermott's team. At the end of the day, these are McDermott players. These are what McDermott wants. Bean kind of is just following what the coach wants, really, and what fits his scheme, right? He's not going to go against what McDermott wants or what his scheme is, right? He's not going to go and get a player that doesn't fit what he's doing here. And that's another thing that a lot of Bills Mafia, they fail to realize. So, but look, at the end of the day, it's opinion-based. If you guys feel like Brandon Bean has done a poor job, then, it is what it is. I'm not going to push you and tell you, no, you're wrong. Totally up to you. You fan how you want to fan. And King Aramis is here, and I got to talk to King Aramis because I just, I don't believe what I saw on Friday. I don't see a video up though. Let me see. Are you still messing with your screen or your webcam? So he's here and he's not here. There. Oh my God, there he is. Let me turn off this background music real quick, Aramis. So King Aramis is here. He's in the building. So I got to ask you something before we get going. Very, very important because it was actually brought up in the chat earlier in the chat.
Uh-oh.
And so I watched your show Friday night. Right before I go live, I like to watch your guys' show at 5:30. I like to steal your material and use it for my show. No.
I put it out for your game, man. What can I say?
Right. See, you guys, that's you never go early because Tommy will go and steal your stuff. Anyways, no. But you guys were extra nice towards the Buffalo Bills, and I'm like, what am I watching here? I had to refresh my screen a few times. Then I thought, is this AI? Maybe these aren't the real Aramis and Keys. This has to be an intruder. Like, there's no way. So what was that? What happened there on Friday? Just seemed like a happy podcast.
As my wife puts it, with AI, you got to watch the hand and eye movement. Usually, if it's really AI, it gets a little quirky.
6 fingers, 7 fingers, guys.
Stuff like that. So I think we're okay. Okay, we haven't been replaced yet, but no, I like to let the research dictate where I go with my takes.
Okay.
And throughout the week, I'll listen first. I don't even really start taking notes until maybe a day or so before I do a show.
Okay.
On top of, video review and stuff like that. And I mean, everything that I've seen going into this game just has me feeling like this is kind of in a way, it's kind of an easy game for the Bills. and I don't mean easy game from the standpoint.
Whoa.
Let me explain. Let me explain before people jump down my throat. Pause. But
Whoa.
let me explain. So I don't mean easy from the standpoint of the Bills won't have to do much. I mean easy from the standpoint of the path is very clear. The path to victory is very clear for this team. There shouldn't be a lot to figure out about how to beat the Broncos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again, the one factor that we're seeing take place in this playoffs is elite quarterbacking beats everything else. It trumps everything else.
Absolutely.
As much as we want to sit here and say, well, Josh didn't have the weapons and Josh didn't have this, I think the thing that I've had to dial back on when it comes to that is we've played against the only quarterbacks that we've lost to in the playoffs are elite quarterbacks, Joe Burrow and Pat Mahomes. That's the kryptonite. It doesn't, like, it's not one specific type of defense. It's not Spagnuolo. It's not like, after seeing what Josh did to the Jaguars, you just kind of realize a perfect throw and perfect quarterback play trumps everything. And it don't matter who you have around you. If they execute the play and the quarterback plays perfectly, ball game. So seeing that, it's like, all right, you want to tell me the Broncos are good? They're worse this year in run defense than they are last year. They're more of a fraud in run defense this year than they are last year because they played worse quarterbacks all season long. Their schedule was softer than it was last season when they made it to the playoffs for the first time in forever. And on top of that, they're small on defense. So I'm going to go ahead and trust my offensive line, and I'm going to go ahead and trust my superstar league leading running back to go out there and do some work and force the defense to be honest. And if the Broncos are going to focus all their attention on trying to take away our run game, well, guess what? You got 17 in the backfield too. You got to deal with that.
Yep, absolutely.
So I
dude, I get it. I get it, and I'm gonna speak on that too. And guys in the chat, we're gonna get. I promise you, I'm gonna try to get to every single one of your guys' chat. Sorry, sometimes if I fall behind, it's just we get caught up in some of these, people ask questions. Sometimes we get caught up in the moment. So, or we go on a little bit longer than expected, and we can't get to all of your chats. But I try my best. But real quick, last week, our poll, we forgot to do our poll. So, obviously, what won was what you expect to win almost every week, which is you got to compliment the Buffalo Bills. So. You got to give a new compliment. So you can't give whatever you gave on Friday because you guys were, I felt like I was watching the biggest rah-rah channel in Buffalo Bills podcast history on Friday. Aramis and Keys. So can you find something else? Can you find something else to compliment? Yeah.
Oh, boy. It's hard. That's hard. Like I
know you gave so many. Yeah, that's
Friday. I'm worn out. Like that tells you how bad it really is.
And you want to know what's really bad? You're losing already today. 59% compliments. So you're gonna have to come up with another one at the end of the show. So.
With another competition. This is becoming kind of skewed every week. I make the other boxes more enticing.
I'm trying.
No, I don't seem like you're trying. It seems like a setup.
Listen, I'm trying. It's not a setup.
All right. I'll say this. I think. Man, how can I say this? All right. I think the Bills as a team collectively have done everything necessary to prepare themselves for what we saw last week against the Jaguars and going into this game this week. They've done a great job of, making sure that the players they put on the field understand what they're supposed to be doing. And if they don't, they get it together pretty quickly. I know Hancock had to come in because Poyer went out. Stuff like that happens, but for the most part, everybody else that was on that field knew exactly what their assignment was, and they did their job. So I gotta give kudos to the coaching. I think the coaching has kind of taken a step forward this season. You see, I almost threw up in my mouth saying this.
Oh man, look at him, so disgusted by this. He's so disgusted.
I gotta give credit to the coaching staff. I think they've done a good job at fixing some of the issues that were wrong with the defense and coming up with a game plan that worked in the passing game on Sunday against a really good defense. Or I'm sorry, last Saturday against the wait, was it Sunday or Saturday? It was Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Past Sunday against the Jaguars. So good job.
Okay. Good job, Aaron. I was proud of you, man. Real quick on this one, yo, Tommy, what is your expectations for Ed Oliver today? Go Bills. Honestly, he's probably going to be on a limited snap count, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to have a high snap count. I think he's going to be more on passing downs. You'll see him. But he's going to have a little rust for sure. He's missed a lot of time. They just opened up his practice window this week, and he's already ready to play. But I expect some rust. I really do. And I expect him to kind of take it not super easy on him, but he's definitely not going to be on a high snap count. So what's your expectations of Ed Oliver?
Yeah, same. I think we will probably not see a lot of Ed Oliver at all in this game. I think they want him to get a few live snaps. You know, I would say probably no more than maybe 10 snaps in this game.
Wow, okay.
I know that's not a lot, but in a game like this with the way Bo Nix is playing, I don't think you need a terribly large amount of pressure up the middle to make him make mistakes. I think you just do your job. You disguise the defense the way that you've been doing. And Bo Nix, I think, is a step down from Trevor Lawrence in terms of being able to process what he sees. It's part of the reason why his performance has been very up and down all season long. I mean, he's great at coming back at the end of games. Why? Well, because they're running 2-minute offense stuff where he can just react and he can use his athleticism to make plays. That's not, scheme stuff in the middle of processing what you see on the defense and all that kind of stuff. So all that's to say, I think Ed Oliver is going to be on a very short snap count today.
Okay. There you go. So we're both agreeing with that. Tommy, do you really think this will be Joe Brady's last year? And if so, where you think he will possibly go? So I do. He's getting a lot more interviews this year than he did last year. And I think he's just ready to go. He's ready to move on regardless. If it's not NFL, it'll be college. The Falcons now have interviewed him 3 times total, dating back from last year. That seems like it's heating up. We'll find out. But I do think he'll wind up getting an NFL coaching job somewhere. NFL owners and GMs, they love young offensive coordinators. They do. Like they are usually the first ones to get jobs, especially over defensive coordinators. So I think Joe Brady would definitely get an opportunity somewhere. I'm guessing the Falcons because they seem very interested in him. So yeah, I think he's gone. Who would they replace him with? What'd you say?
Take him, please.
Yeah, please take him. Yeah, I'm done with the Joe Brady experience. Now, look, I wanted Joe Brady to be at his, elite level of coordinating in this playoffs for sure. You know what I mean? You better show whatever you got, especially because, yeah, go ahead. NFL owners are going to be definitely looking at Joe Brady's resume, and playoff resume is a big deal as well. So he'll be back. Something happened with his camera or something like that. Device not connected. Okay, so he's having an issue real quick with his camera. He'll be back, guys. And I'll get to some of your chats while he is away. The best thing the Patriots has going for them is C.J. Stroud turnover mishaps. Yeah, bro. I that's the one thing I'm. The Texans, their offense is so shaky, guys. Brandon Funk, them Bowls mean. You guys basically have Brandon Cooks playing the water roll. Look, Brandon Cooks was obviously, came here late. He's just now kind of building chemistry with Josh Allen. I still don't know if it's 100% there. But it was good to see, over the the last couple games of the season. And then obviously last week that Allen is starting to trust him a little bit more. Chemistry is getting a little bit better. But obviously he's no Waddle, right? Like the chances of Brandon Cooks returning here next season is slim to none. But you know what? There wasn't another option out there, a better option, let's say, than Brandon Cooks at the time in free agency, this late in the season. So it is what it is. We're going to need him to be at his best. We're going to need everybody to step up. Obviously, you guys know that the receiver room is very limited. It's been limited all year. And then now adding on to that is injuries, right? And let me get my dude right here back on. He's having camera issues, so I think he'll be all right. I
had to go let the dogs back in the house.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right. I get it. I was late, too. I was walking my baby. But, yeah, so I don't know if he took the Waddle role, but he took a receiving role. How about that? If that makes any sense for a very weak receiving room, or at least it was weak at that time. I think it's gotten better, but, of course, the injury doesn't help with Gabe. Say what you want about Gabe, but he still was an option for Allen. That was I feel bad for Gabe. I really do. And I hope this isn't career ending. I've been saying that because he's a good dude, man. I never had a problem with Gabe Davis. I know a lot of you guys did, but I never want to see a player go down like that. That was brutal. And then obviously Tyrell Shavers, we didn't know in the game. He went out, came back in. He was playing on a torn ACL. Right? That's crazy that he'd even know he was to play through that pain. Shout out to Tyrell, but he's going to miss some time. Obviously, this late in the season, he won't be back next year either. That kind of sucks for him. The good thing for him, he's a young player. He'll get through it. You know what I mean? He'll rehab. And he'll bounce back. Because I like what I see from Tyrell. Do I think he's going to be anything great, spectacular receiver in the league? Probably not. But I can see him being a good 3, right? He has the traits, right? He just didn't get a lot of opportunity. So we'll see when he bounces back. I think Buffalo will wind up keeping him around. It seemed like Sean McDermott really liked him as well. So we'll find out with that. Now back to, and I'll get to you guys' chat. I know I'm a little bit behind, but back to what you were talking about quarterbacks, experienced quarterbacks, and Allen being the best, at least in our eyes, the best quarterback right now, especially in the AFC in the playoffs. And a lot of people were like I know going into the playoffs, Aramis, a lot of people were not really agreeing with that take or caring about that take. But the reality is, if you watch last week's game, in a tight ball game, it came down to 2 quarterbacks. Each had an opportunity to win the ball game for their team, right? Mm-hmm. Josh Allen, he went first and he scored a touchdown, right? Took the lead. Trevor Lawrence had his opportunity to either tie the game or take the lead and win, and he turned the ball over. There's your difference in the ball game. At the end of the day, it came down to 2 guys, both quarterbacks. One touchdown, other turnover. So I'll take Allen all day, every day, over the quarterbacks that are in the playoffs at this moment, especially in the AFC. Now, if Patrick Mahomes was in the AFC right now, it's a different story, right? Because Mahomes has just kind of got that number on most quarterbacks, right? Not just Josh, but head-to-head, they are very kind of evenly matched, but I would probably lean towards Mahomes because he's had more success in those moments. So, but right now, we're speaking about now. Allen, for me, is the ultimate X factor in all of these games, period. And the fact that national media and some other fan bases that are, and I don't blame you guys. If you guys, if you're a Denver fan and you're hyped up, I get it. But you're ignoring that part, and when you guys say, Josh Allen's going to get it today, we've heard that before. Josh has heard that before. We've watched Josh Allen play in the playoffs. Nobody's really gotten to Josh so bad where Josh is this awful quarterback. He makes so many mistakes. Like, Josh has been damn near perfect when it comes to the playoffs. He's already a beast in the regular season. He just steps up his game even more, which just makes him even scarier. And I think people still are overlooking that, right? So that's why I say all these games I feel like are going to be close. Like if we advance, I do feel like whatever, if we play the Texans or the Patriots, I think it's a 4-6 point swing either way. I really do. I don't think we're blowing a team out, but I don't think we're getting blown out. I just think it's the kind of the season that we're having, but I'll put my money on the best quarterback in the NFL. In my opinion, that's Josh Allen. So let me get to some of the chat, and then we'll get to talking, Aramis. Sweet hat. I was going to say that. Nice hat, Aramis.
Thank you.
And by the way, that hoodie you were rocking, we got to talk. We got to talk because you got to be sending me that. I heard that's a special limited post-podium hoodie, not just so we definitely got to talk because I need one of those, man. You hiding stuff from me. You've been hiding stuff, keeping it in the back. I don't like that. We're supposed to be cool, and all of a sudden you're rocking new hoodies on the shows, and I mean you're keeping me here dusty with my hoodies. I mean, come on, man.
I mean, you got the Eric Moles jersey, man. I'll gladly take that off your head.
Dude, I love my Eric Moles jersey. I got the away one too, man. Love it, man. Yeah, dude, crispy too.
I gotta find one.
Chris, bro, I got lucky because now, of course, all the jerseys are all these retro jerseys are going up. Bro, I bought this with tags on it, and this is the game one. This is the on-field jersey. So you know there's a difference.
Yep.
I paid $25 for this with the tags. I think 3 years ago. 25 on eBay, bro. Brand.
Wow.
My away jersey, same thing. Let me show you my away jersey. Answer this if you can. How many Coronas?
I'm not answering that. How many Coronas? You know what? I'm gonna select a different question here. Let's see if we can find something. I'm not doing it, Tommy. I'm not doing it. All right, Robert is saying, Tommy and Aramis, do you two notice that the Bills have a lot of leg injuries when the Bills played the Jaguars? Because all the still pictures seem like the Jaguars players were around the knees. You know what? I do know that players in the NFL are good enough to determine where they hit. So, that's beautiful. Look at that. Oh,
like crispy, bro. I'm telling you, brand new.
Wow.
Ain't nothing. I didn't ever even wear it, to be honest with you. This has been chilling. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Man. But yeah, so I mean, players in the NFL are good enough to know where they're hitting. And look, you can't I don't want to say you can't blame them, but man, they felt like going into this game, they would have to do whatever was necessary to win. And if that means playing dirty, then doggone it, so be it. That's what we're going to do. I mean, not that the Ravens had to do this in their era, but they were known as a nasty defense. The Steelers were known as a nasty defense. If you try coming over the middle, we don't care what kind of penalties we're going to take for hitting you in the head. You going to sleep. Period. Yeah. So I mean, it kind of in the playoffs, it's a different monster. Sean Payton even said like it goes up a level. It
is.
So can you fault them for doing that? Yes and no. I would be my answer. But yes, I did notice that.
That was my take too. Like, because we got asked that, I believe, on Monday show. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, they were playing dirty or whatever." Look, man, I just think playoffs are, like you said, it's a different monster. You you're amping yourself up. You're playing a little bit more physical than obviously than you normally would. You're probably maybe are taking a couple cheap shots here and there. So were they? Sure, I'm sure they were. But I think every team kind of does that. So I just think the Gabe Davis injury, obviously we're like, ugh, right? Like he probably could have avoided doing that. It is what it is. It's a brutal sport, guys. Injuries are going to happen. I'm not going to kill the Jaguars for that. It wasn't extreme dirtiness, right? This wasn't a Saints where they had our former head coach paying, not that I heard, it hasn't come out yet, that they're paying players to go low, you know what I mean? Try to knock people out of the game. Cole motherfucking Bishop. We'll get to him too, man. And we do got a super chat. Let me hit that real quick. Mark, by the way, was on the AFC Shakedown. I just was on super chatting like crazy, and I appreciate that, Mark, man. Mark is pumped up, and we got to hit that train horn from Mark. I'm back. There you go, Mark in the building. Hey, thank you, Mark, man. Go Bills. Definitely go Bills. Big game today for sure for the Buffalo Bills going against the 1 seed in Denver. But I do have confidence in my boys today. Let's get to some more of your chats, and then we'll get to talking. Herbie Hancock, yeah, that was a God, wasn't that a singer, a DJ or something, or a music group? I thought it was. Could be wrong about that. Let's see here. Enough. I haven't. You know what's funny? I think I only got one Bronco fan in here on the in the AFC East Shakedown. I didn't get many. And Friday we had none. I know you guys had one on your show that was pretty excited about his Denver Broncos. But not a lot, right? How many did you guys have? A couple in there on Friday?
Like two or three popped in there.
Wow. Okay. By the way, guys, too, if you're new here, first time here on the pregame show, Aramis is from Post Podium Podcast. He runs it over there with Keys. They do a show on Mondays and Fridays at 5:30. Great stuff. Super rah-rah channel. Very homerish. If you want to go, no, I'm just joking. But it's a great channel. If you want to go over there, do me a favor. Go over there and subscribe and hit the notification bell. This way you know when they're going live, because Aramis also does some film breakdown sometimes during the week, and he also does a coach breakdown as well when they do press conference. So that's also interesting. So go support the channel over Post Podium. They're growing fast, man. Let's see here. I hope Cook has a big game. I think Cook has a better game for sure. Yes. We had the over-under on our show Friday. Mikey picked the over on 100. I picked slightly under. I think he has but I could be wrong. He could go over in this game. The Broncos defensive line is very light, which obviously benefits the Buffalo Bills. But what I see happening here, Aramis, I think they'll stack the box early. I think they'll kind of take away the run, but Allen and Darris to beat us through the air, kind of like Jacksonville did. And I do think Allen can do that. And then they'll probably have to be more honest on defense, and that's when Cook will start getting more yards, eating them up later in the game. So I could see him going over 100. I'm going to go like 89, 90, 85, 90, let's say 85, 90 yards. But I also could see him having 115 with a touchdown or two, because I do think you'll see Cook having a better second half of the game once the Denver Broncos have to play us a little bit differently because of Josh Allen in the passing game. But I do think early on, I think they'll stack the box a little bit more to dare us to beat us through the air early on. That's how I see it. I could be wrong. Like I said, their defense is way different as far as their line goes compared to Jacksonville, which is a lot bigger defensive line, more physical defensive line. So I could be wrong. What do you think about Cook over under 100?
I'll give it to you like this. They gave up over 100 yards to the Giants, and the Giants are still developing their quarterback.
And we know why, right? Giants, come on. It's all about Motor Singletary. But go ahead. You come on, man. You set it up, man. So go ahead.
Right.
I mean, that's the real reason if we're going to get brutally honest on this podcast.
Oh, boy, I can't get mad. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So
totally stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah.
He's lost his mind. I totally messed him up there. Go ahead.
So for context, they gave up almost 100 yards to the Jets, and their quarterback situation is terrible. My point that I'm trying to make is they've given up 100 yards to all of the top half of the league's best running teams. And the Jets are not even in that, I don't think, if I'm not mistaken. I can double check. But I don't think so. My point in bringing that up is all of the teams, and I'll just kind of go through a list really quick because I gave some context last night to their second overall, rushing defense in terms of yards per game. These are the quarterbacks that they played this year: Cam Ward, Daniel Jones, Justin Herbert, Jake Browning, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Jackson Dart, Dak Prescott, Davis Mills, Geno Smith, Pat Mahomes, Marcus Mariota, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence. On that list, you probably have three quarterbacks that you would highly regard.
Right, Mahomes for sure, obviously. Who else did you say? I mean, I Hurts is
Jordan
not
Love.
having a good year. So
No, definitely not.
Love in that offense is shaky. I don't even know if I put him up
Right,
there.
even he's been so right, and that's a good point. So, but the reason I went through this list of quarterbacks is which besides Pat Mahomes, how many?
Lawrence, I would say, is up there for this year. He had a good year.
At home, so yeah,
Yep.
okay, give me that one. But again, who else on this list is the defense going? Man, we got to stay back and play coverage, right?
Right.
If you're not playing against an elite quarterback like that you have to respect, and we crowding the line. Hey, Hufanga, get up there and inside that box, and we gonna go 8-man box every single down. We dare you to run, right? So if that's the case, and teams are still getting 100 yards on this Broncos defense, that should tell you not only are they small, but they're not as good in the run defense as their stats make them out to be, because they're still giving up 100 yards to teams with no quarterbacks. So
no, it's a great point. It's a grert point. Very, very, very. That's why I was on the fence about it with when it comes to their run defense and their defensive line. I'm just not. I just think they're very undersized, kind of like ours. Very undersized defensive line, and that's why teams have an easier time running the ball, especially through the tackles and the guards. So up the middle, I feel like they're a little bit weak there. So Robert, Tommy, and Aramis, do you feel if Brady moves on, the Bills will move with Ronald Curry, the quarterback coach, up to offense coordinator? I mean, listen, it's definitely going to be an option, right? I do feel like it's either going to be somebody on the current team right now. It'll be a promotion. I wouldn't mind seeing Cromer, but I don't think Cromer wants to do it. But I would like it. I would, to be honest with you. But I think he's settled on being the offensive line coach. That's where his bread and butter is. But I could see a world where he could take that opportunity because he has been an offensive coordinator, I believe. He had the opportunity a little while back as an OC. So I'm just throwing names out there. I know our former quarterback, I forget his name. I always forget his name, is an option. His name has been thrown out there as well. Very familiar with the team. Davis Webb, I believe his name is. So a guy that Sean McDermott has high praise for, blah, blah, blah. Outside of that, we're not going to get anyone in particular that's a top name OC that's out there. It's too bad. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it that way. I feel like McDermott has this. He doesn't want to play tug of war with a guy that's coming in with a different mindset. Doesn't want to do it. He wants a guy that's going to fall in line, and that guy's going to be somebody that's already on the current staff, or like I said, a young guy like a Davis Webb who's going to come in and not go against what McDermott wants to do. It is what it is, but just be prepared, because I feel like that's going to be the route he takes. And that goes for DC as well. Let's say he moves on for whatever reason from Bobby Babich. It'll be the next guy up on the staff. So that's how I feel. We'll find out when the time comes. What do you feel? You feel like he goes outside and looks for a different kind of OC, or do you think he kind of stays in-house and kind of promotes within?
No, I think we're probably most likely to see Ron Curry. And if Ron Curry takes the job, it'll be a Ron Curry with a senior offensive assistant of Aaron Cromer helping him out. There's one other guy on this staff also that I looked into that's got some offensive core. I forget the guy's name. Oh my gosh. His dad used to coach at Indiana, I think it is. I forget his name. Let me see if I can find his name. Let me look up the.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'll get with some of the chat while you're doing it. Let's see here. Get ready. Josh is going to win us a football game, and I don't doubt it. Mark, they desire a purpose and full of energy, mental puzzles. They feed off. Oh, he's talking to. Okay, so let's see here. Tommy and Aramis, do you notice that the Bills have a lot of leg injuries when the Bills play the Jaguars, because all the still pictures seem like the Jaguars playing around the knees? But once again, it's a fast game, Robert. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of, it's just a fast game, and that sometimes happens, right? I see it all the time. Like, it's tough for these guys not to like helmet to helmet. It's so quick, right? And an offensive player could be bending or, at the same time he is to take the tackle and they go helmet to helmet or, you know what I mean? It's just, or another tackler's coming in a different angle. It's tough. Football's a brutal sport. It's a brutal sport. There's no getting around it. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be, career-ending injuries. Like, it happens. Did you find it?
I did. So I was wrong. It's not Indiana. It's Colorado State. It's Mark Lubick. He's a passing game specialist and game management coach with the Buffalo Bills. He's been with them 8 seasons. And where did he come from? So he came from, originally he was with Colorado State. His break into the NFL was in 2010 with the Houston Texans. He spent a year in Denver from 2015 to 2016, and then he's been here since 2017 with Sean.
And what's his name? What's the name again?
Mark Lubick.
Mark Lubick. Okay, so that's a name to obviously look out for when the Bills or when Joe Brady moves on from the Bills, which I believe he will. I think we got our first Broncos fan in the building. Bo Nick's signature breakout game incoming. Okay. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not a shit. Look, man, if he has a good game, good for him. He's a good quarterback, but he's kind of also this season, he's had his ups and downs. He really has. I'm not crazy about Bo Nix. I'm not dogging Bo Nix, so don't come back at me saying I'm trash talking him. Yeah. I think he's a good quarterback. I also think he's very young. I think he's, he tends to have some games where he just gets a little overwhelmed and forces the ball, has some turnovers. So he's had some shaky moments for sure. And this is, once again, it's his second year going into the playoffs. Obviously, you know how last year went. Didn't go too well. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. This is a big moment for a lot of these young guys. Drake May, Bo Nix. Let's see what happens when the bright lights hit, when they're facing against more seasoned teams, better defenses. I'll be honest with you, I'm not crazy about team layoffs. You get a little bit rust in you. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's been a little bit since you guys played as well. So I think it's going to be a really good game, man. Jags crippled 2 of our guys. They did. It happens, man. Steelers in the 70s. What the fuck? Yeah, by the way, a lot of teams lost their coaches. I think there's 9 openings or 8, something crazy like that. Snoopy Sweets. Hey, bud, gotta be honest. I'm nervous for our Bills. Not because of trust, but just because, respectively, we're playing an NFL team. Regardless, if we lose, our season is done, and that's scary. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, but as Bills fans, if you're a lifelong Bills fan, or been a Bills fan for a while, you have tough skin. You have tough skin by now. I remember starting this podcast in 2020. I remember the 13-second game coming on here live, dude. And I was so devastated. I was I could barely talk because I was like screaming in that game. But since then, bro, I'm kind of I'm used to it. I'm used to this team being just up and down and having these moments and losing Super Bowls. And I'm just kind of like, I think I've seen it all now. Nothing kind of rattles me anymore. Mm-hmm. If we lose, yeah, that sucks, dude. But it's on to the offseason again. You know what I mean? And we're going to be here again talking about what we need to do to get things right. And if we win, then it's on to the fucking AFC Championship game. I mean, that's as best as I can tell you. I know you're nervous. I don't get nervous anymore, man. Listen, if the team, I'll tell you what, and I've been saying this. It's real simple for me as far as every game for this team going, in the playoffs this year. The Bills have to get out to a faster start out the gate. That's one for me. Key thing. They cannot start off slow, right? And limit the turnovers, right? We are 8-0 now when leading at halftime. 8-0. We're 4-5 when trailing. That's a big difference right there. You need to lead at halftime. I don't care if it's by 1 point. For me, it matters. And also turnovers. When we lose a turnover battle, it's usually not a good thing, right? Usually it results to an L. So, and that honestly, I could go for a lot of teams, but I'm just saying my team. So the Bills start out strong, get out the gate fast on offense and defense, take a halftime lead, we'll be just fine. That's what I want to see from this team. If we're trailing a half, boy, that is a toss-up. We were 4-5 in the regular season. That is not spectacular. Now, I know we're a better second-half team, but that kind of goes with my point. If you're up at half and we're a really good second-half team, that gives me even more confidence that the Bills will win that game because we are a very good second-half team. So that's what I want to see. That's what we did against Jacksonville. We were only up 3. We wound up with the win. I'll take it every time. We're 8-0 now. So, yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Have tough skin. Listen, man, I saw the wide right. I saw 13 seconds, obviously. We've been through it all, man. The Music City Miracle, it is what it is, man. Like, we're going to be ready, man. That's it. For me, the team is ready. I think the team also is they're hearing the outside noise as well. And I think they're going to take care of business. I really do, man. The Denver fans were there to give Aramis a day off. Trash and McDermott. Oh, man. Okay. All right.
Need a break. That's fine.
Yep. I hope you're doing good, and go Bills. Yeah, go Bills, man. Hope you're doing good as well. Hope everyone's doing good out there. How did the Broncos score more than 17 points this game? I don't see a path. Am I wrong? And if so, how? You want to answer that?
If they do, it's gonna have to be by putting the safeties in conflict, and usually with air raid systems, that's what they're designed to do. I mean, they attack downfield. They don't just run streaks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of different flood concepts and things like that where you're trying to put the safeties in conflict. The issue with that is, I mean, I think Cole Bishop is playing extremely well, and I do think they're going to put Cam Lewis in there instead of Jordan Hancock for this game, just to be able to have the consistency and communication with Cole Bishop. And if that's the case, I don't see this team being able to run any of the stuff that they were running against the Jaguars with this, because some of the stuff that I think, because we run so much zone, I think they're going to try to high-low us to death, where they run these route concepts that take the safeties and at least one corner away from the coverage, and then they try to keep guys underneath to force the linebackers and whatever other DBs are staying underneath, probably the nickel. And then that creates this space right in the middle of the field between the safeties and the underneath coverage where you can hit a team for 15 to 20 yards per play. But
right.
I don't see the Bills falling for that kind of stuff. I think they're too good in zone coverage. I think they communicate too much, and they disguise too well on top of that. So all that is to say, if they're going to do it, that's the way that they've done it before with the high-low concept stuff. That's what has allowed them to score points when they really needed to score points. But yeah, again, score more than 17 points in a game like this where the Bills are going to be controlling the clock and keeping possessions away from that offense and shortening the game, I don't see it.
Okay. I got them slightly over. I mean, I'll go ahead and say it now. I've been saying it. I think the Bills win this like 27-23, but I also could see 27-17. I could. But I see it around there. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I feel like all these games are going to kind of be close down to the last quarter. And I do believe this will come down to the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes of the game, where somebody's going to wind up just kind of, taking that lead and holding that lead. So we'll find out. But I definitely, I'm not a fan of the Broncos offense. I'm not crazy about their offense. But we'll find out. Hey, man, we're going to find out real soon. Laura, resident of Post Podium, she says, "Let's go Post Podium." Salute Tommy and a go Bills, go Bills. Damn right, Laura. Laura always representing. Appreciate you, Laura, and Post Podium obviously appreciates you as well. You're always on there giving them love. Listen, I talked a lot of smack this week to my Broncos buddy. Please, Bills, don't make me pay for it. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Yeah, like you can smack talk, but that's the one bad part of it. If your team loses, be prepared. Be very prepared to get that back. I will say this though. I've been doing this a long time. Most Broncos, most fans of the opposite team or whatever, opposing team, they never come back. Very rare do they come back after a loss. Now they'll be here if they win, 100%.
Yep.
And other fan bases will be here as well because they love that too. Like they love creeping into the chat, right? So it is what it is. I'm used to it. Let's see here. Go Bills. Let's fucking go. Yep, I got you, Chris. I got you. See here. I'm trying to get caught up with everybody. Dable returns. What happened with Dable? What's going on with Dable? I didn't hear anything about Dable.
Oh, they're saying people want Dable to come back.
Oh, he ain't coming back. No, hell no. You know what? I would Sean. I would welcome him back, but Sean McDermott and him have a maybe the relationship's a little better. I mean, they can walk by each other now and handshake, but that's about it. They're not. They are not going to sit down in the same room and discuss football. It's just not going to happen. Lava, kind of hard to imagine Tommy having trouble talking. No, I don't have trouble talking. I talk. Let's see here. Inactive players. Oh, here it is. Thank you so much, Sophia. Inactive players. Ty Johnson. Too bad, man, because he could be. He's actually a good part of this offense, man. When his name's called, but he is out with an ankle. Terrell Bernard. Of course, nothing new there. Jordan Poyer, Maxwell Harrison, nothing new there. Mathis is out. Grable's is out, and Latu. So, I don't see anything there that surprises me. Do you see anything there that kind of threw you off a little bit?
No, I honestly don't think we're going to miss Ty Johnson. We called up FG2, so, I mean, we should be good to go.
Frank Gore, baby, yeah. Well, I mean, you know why we won't miss him too much? Because they haven't used them as much in the passing game this season. But he is a weapon, man. When he is used, Ty Johnson can be effective. It's just we haven't, for some reason, really gone to our backs this much in passing game, which is a little bit weird for Joe Brady because he did it so well last year. And then this year he kind of just went away from it. So
I think you're going to see very heavy usage for Cook in this game with his pass catching ability and his running ability. I just think what he can bring athletically is such a mismatch for what we're going to be dealing with in the Broncos defense. Those linebackers cannot cover tight ends or running backs. So if you throw a guy at him like James Cook, where they have to, I mean, they're going to play man coverage as much as they can, which is dangerous playing against Josh Allen anyway. But still, I mean, you can do some really serious damage with James Cook catching the ball, just getting him the ball in the open field in general. Hopefully it's on time though, because they tried doing that in the Jaguars game and almost got Cook hurt. So get it to him earlier.
Somebody's saying, did I see Josh Allen going to heading in? I'm looking at it now, just a normal walk through the stadium, the locker room. So I don't see anything unless I'm missing something. But I just saw it. Just seemed normal walking through the building or through the underground tunnel there. 14 seasons end today. That is correct. What up, Tommy? What up, man? What up? Go Bills. Go Bills. Damn right. Bills by 17. Shit, dude. If we blew them out by 17, boy, watch the fuck out for the AFC Championship game, whoever we play, if we're blowing out a team by 17.
Surprised if that happened. Surprised if that happened.
I mean, man, that'd be crazy. Gore rushing touchdown, please. No tush push. Brandon Cooks, 2 touchdowns, 127. I don't know. It's not going to happen. I do 2 touchdowns on 127. Brandon Cooks, 2 touchdowns on 120. No, it's not going to happen.
You don't think he could do it?
Do I think he could do it? Yes.
Okay.
Do I think he'll do it with this team? No. I don't, because one, I still feel like Allen and him are still kind of building that chemistry, and how Allen throws a little bit different, and Cook is you see Cook kind of sometimes he's bobbling the ball a little bit. Like Allen's throws are a little bit different than most quarterbacks that he's played with. That's one. 2, I noticed sometimes he's going in a different direction when he's throwing those deep shots. So they're kind of like a little bit of miscommunication there, where Allen likes you to be on those deep routes, and sometimes Cooks is running he's going out, or instead of going in. So I still feel like they're building that, right? I do like that they are starting to building up a little bit of chemistry. It's showing over the last, I would say, 4 weeks that Allen's trusting him more. Cooks is becoming pretty much not the main target. I still think that's Khalil on the receivers, but he's becoming the second main target on this team. But 2 touchdowns, 127. I would say, honestly,
that's it.
Yeah, maybe. I still, you know what? In a realistic, at least for me, I could see Cooks having, because if Cook Cooks caught that pass that he dropped, which was close, by the way. He would have had like 80-something yards, I think. So I'm going to go on a realistically, like if he were to have a really good game here for me in this receiving room, I would go 80 yards and a touchdown. And I think that's really good considering what we do here on offense. You get what I'm saying? So for me, that would be a damn, Cooks had himself a game. Right now, that like normally we would be like, it's a good game, but nothing. But for our offense, that would be a hell of a game. So that there though, 2 touchdowns, 127, I would say, holy shit! Like I would be amazed with that number. I just don't see it. But he's going to have to play a part again, and everyone is, to be honest with you, and that's what they did last week. I think 9 different receivers caught the ball, or 9, including the tight end. So Josh was spreading the ball around, and that's what they're going to have to do. All these guys. I think Curtis Samuel got called up, I believe, in this game. He'll probably get a target, right? Probably going to be a screen.
Game last time.
He did. So, and he absolutely did. So maybe Curtis Samuel, who's been, he should be healthy by now, right? Yeah. Ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Maybe he could provide something, because he would honestly be the healthiest receiver we got right now. Sure. So maybe he could provide something. Maybe, just maybe, Joe Brady actually dials it up for him and gets him involved in some, I don't know, something different creativity-wise for his speed, get him some motions, get him a pop pass, just something different, throw a different look, because that's what Curtis Samuel's known to do. Line up as a running back, do some jet sweeps. Like, for me, that's where you got to utilize a player like that. I don't know if he'll do it because it's kind of late in the season, in the playoffs, but I definitely think he'll get a target or 2 in this game. But I think everyone has to do their job, including Keon Coleman, who I felt like last week, look, he had 1 catch, 30 yards or 32, but he did good. He did fine for me. He did block downfield. He had the big catch. And by the way, boy, he looked slow as shit on that, though. I mean, I've seen him run faster. I don't know why he looked so. Didn't he? Was it me? He just looked like, I've seen him run faster. It just seemed like he was like, had cement in his shoes. I don't know why. He looked really slow, but
it looks like he was trying to read the field and see if there was maybe come back inside. But
maybe.
I think there's one thing with the Broncos defense that would allow Cooks to go off for maybe not 127 yards, but for the let's just say he goes off for the 80 and a touchdown that you're thinking.
Yeah.
Riley Moss is such a major weakness for that defense with how many pass interference calls he's gotten this season.
That's true. Yeah.
PI calls. So
Surtain is really their guy. Like, that's it. I mean, their corners are kind of questionable. Yeah.
100%. So what that tells me is he's not athletic enough to stick with a guy like Brandon Cooks all game long. If that's the case, that's your outside threat. That's the guy you go to consistently, because you already know they're going to look at last game and they're going to say, oh, Khalil Shakir, 12 targets, 12 catches, 82 yards. That's the guy we got to stop. Oh, they throw to Dalton Kincaid a lot. That's the guy we got to stop. They're not going to be paying no money.
They're going to be sleeping on him.
The third option on our offense right now.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I mean, they could be sleeping on Keon too, though. Yeah. I mean, just saying. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you talk about sleepers. I also bring up our third tight end, who I feel like, man, you got to get chip blocking that guy. No one's paying attention to. Nobody pays attention to Haas, bro, and he's been reliable. Yeah. For me, that is a perfect. You know what he's perfect for me? Like goal line. Nobody's paying attention to that dude. Have him down, chip like. Blocking like a late block, get out late on the block, bro. No one's watching him, bro. And that's what he's done all season. Ain't nobody paying attention to Hawes. For me, man, if you have an opportunity, get that dude involved. Not a lot, but get him involved when Denver's just sleeping on him. Because he will
for defense too. Like if you're able to get the ball to your third tight end and he plays on you, that's like who the hell do we guard now?
What can we do?
Tight end, like come on.
Yep. Jeffrey coming in. Bills going for a 5th road win over a division champ this season. This is brutally impressive. Let's like I said, we're gonna find out real soon what this team's all about. This is Eric Molds. Jersey, yep. I want to come back tonight and say I told you so. Go Bills. Yeah, hey, go Bills 3 games ago, and I'm all caught up in the chat. So very good. Why wouldn't you sleep on Coleman? Exactly, and that's fine. Look, I don't think Coleman returns next season, to be honest with you. And if Coleman's smart, he plays his ass off here during the playoffs, get recognized, and maybe even if you want to stay on the team. And maybe if Coleman has a good game here, and we move on, he has another good game in the championship game, maybe he sticks around. Maybe this is this will be a moment for him that keeps him on this team, and he also gets fans back on Keon Coleman's side as far as thinking that he's going to be something here, right? Because right now I think still fans are more about get the hell out of here. I'm in the middle. I don't really. I feel like there's potential there. I just don't know if you'll get it here because of how the scheme is ran, especially under Joe Brady. I just don't. It just didn't go well for him. So he may need a fresh start for him, just to kind of jumpstart his career back again, right? Now, if he goes somewhere and he fails there too, then obviously he needs to look at himself in the mirror. And see what's going on there, right? And see what he can do better as a person and as a player, right? Like what he can do better to better his craft. But right now, I'm not going to put the total blame on him on why he hasn't succeeded here for the Buffalo Bills. It's not all on him. He's definitely partially to blame for sure. But I feel like Brady is to blame as well. So. But that's my opinion. You guys can think what you want. But anyways, back to the game. So, I didn't talk to you too much about last week's game. What was your key moment in that game, Aramis, that you felt like, all right, the Bills have it. We're gonna win this game. Like where was it? Where was the point in the game where you're like, yeah, we're gonna win this? You know what I mean? Like where? The third quarter, fourth quarter, late in the game. Or the whole game, you were just like, hey, we're good.
As soon as the Jaguars ran that jet sweep and the Bills stopped them in the backfield, I said that killed the momentum for the Jaguars right there. You start the game off like that. NFL players, I don't want to say they rely, but they tend to be affected by momentum a lot in games. Very few players in the NFL can rise to that level where they are not affected by momentum. And for you to be entering into your first playoff game with a first-year head coach and a quarterback that has statistically and historically not been a great primetime performer, and when I say primetime, I mean like big-time moments, that matters. Because what the Bills showed in that moment is you can try and be cute. We're here to play. This ain't what you thought you saw on tape. This ain't what you thought you saw in the stats. We're here to punch you in the mouth. And if you can't deal with that, you're going to go down. And I think since that point, their play calling became a little more timid, right? It wasn't really until they started running the ball outside that you saw them, start to do some more of that and do, you know what I mean? Because before that, they were trying to run up the middle, wasn't getting a lot. Run up the middle, wasn't getting a lot. Then they'd be in long down and distance trying to pass the ball and struggling with that too. So I think that was the momentum shift right at the beginning of the game. As soon as I saw that, I said, oh, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Okay. Josh can pull it out in the end. Even if it's a close game the whole way, we're going to pull it out.
Yeah. I was confident going through the game. I never really had a doubt. It was close. I was expecting a back and forth game, but for me, what did it was going into the halftime with the lead. Like for me, because that's what I've been calling all going into the playoffs. That's what the Bills need to do, and they did just that. And I was honestly, right when that happened, I was good. I thought they got a nice hometown call on that final kick. By the way. But as Rasheed Wallace always said, the ball don't lie. The ball don't lie. So, and that held true. He missed a 54-yard field goal, I believe it was, or 52. 52. 52, which was makeable, especially for that guy. And he was wide to the left, I believe it was. Just it is what it is, man. The ball don't lie. The Bills took the halftime lead. And man, and the better quarterback won the game. That's pretty much the end result there. Speaking of some of the players that have stepped up on this team, especially second half, has been veterans. And I know we knocked this team a lot for signing veterans too much, or getting Carolina guys, or bringing back the guys that used to be here, the Poyers and the Trey Whites. But I got to be real. These guys, most of them have stepped up, man. Shaq Thompson, dude, I want him back next season. I really do. I think he's deserving of a contract. Not a big contract. Give him back a 2-year deal. I think 2 years is fair for that guy. Also, Trey White, man, dude, Trey White, bro. Like, at first, I was happy for him. And because I like him. He's a great dude. I thought he was going to bring depth. I thought he was going to bring just that wisdom for the young guys, in the room, especially Maxwell Harrison. But I thought he would be more of a, role player, depth guy if needed. But he stepped in right away. Harrison got hurt. He shaky started a little bit. And I'm like, oh, we need, And then, boy, Trey, whatever he did, in the mirror he looked in, whatever he did to get back on track, boy, he's had a second half season, boy, and it's great to see. And he's a big part of why the pass defense is where they're at. Also, shout out to Christian Benford, who also started off not so great, right? And we were like, Benford, right? And then all of a sudden, Benford, second half, Benford's playing like the Benford we kind of saw or knew from last year, right? Who earned that contract. So those two guys are playing at a high level. It's great to see. I think Tehran's had a rough year, to be honest with you, but I feel like but I trust him. I do, and I do feel like he's battling the thing. I still like him a lot as a player. Cole Bishop took a major step forward, guys. Major. I mean, he took a hop forward, right? And I also feel like that's part of Jordan Poyer, who also was out there helping the young guy, right? He also was in his ear when maybe things weren't going great and talking to him, hey, you got to be here. It's wisdom, right? Wisdom, and Poyer did an excellent job. I know he's not playing this game, but I really, I think that was a great pickup just for that alone, right? When he got called up, things changed right away in that safety room, and I loved it. Hancock, I feel like he has a little bit more. He has more work to do, but I trust in him too. I just think he needs a little bit more work. Obviously, the injury set him back. He got a little bit picked on last week, but I trust in him. I think he'll get an opportunity in the offseason, but I think he goes with Cam today. I just don't. I think he'll have more trust in Cam, but I could also see him alternating. I could see Hancock going in there as well in certain downs. So, but going back to the vets. You need them, and this is a reason why. They can be useful, especially when you got players going down or young guys just not getting it. What's your take on the vets that we brought in this year?
I think Trey White is finally healthy. I think if Trey White had been allowed, and when I say allowed, I mean not injured, if he had been allowed to stay on the same trajectory that he was on, before he got hurt,
the Achilles before, and he was actually playing pretty good then. Right.
This is a lot of what we would see. So he's finally back healthy. He finally trusts his body. He's able to just go out onto the field and react. And this is what it looks like. These are a lot of the same plays that he was making before the injuries. So I'm not surprised, but I kind of am surprised because you don't typically get to see a player like Trey White be as good as he was, have the kind of injuries that he has, and then come back after, 2.5, 3 years and do this, you know what I mean? Like major contributor on this team and quite possibly playing as the best corner on the team right now. I mean,
he's up there. You're right.
You don't see Christian Benford taking those kind of chances and reading the coverage and reacting to, you know what I mean? Like we see him.
No, I get it.
The blitzes and stuff like that. But
I'll tell you what, for me, sorry to interrupt you. I'll tell you what the difference is for me between the two. I think Benford does a better job, at least. I think he's more athletic as far as speed goes, or just a tad because of obviously the injuries Trey's had. He's not super fast or anything. I think he's just a slight edge with the speed, so he sticks with his man a little bit better than Trey does. But I feel like Trey's better in getting back into the play and making a play on the ball, if that makes sense. That's kind of what Trey's career's been. He never was the fastest, but he's very good in pass breakups. Like, he get back on the play, make a play, and you saw that in the Panthers game. I mean, against the Jaguars. Sorry.
Yep.
He got beat a couple times, got back in the play, knocked the ball out of the guy's hand. He's smart. He's very smart and knows he knows how to get back and make a play, even when he's beaten. But I would say for Benford, I think he's just a little bit more stickier because of the speed element. And I think defense. I think he does a really good job. In that department. And teams don't often go his way. Like they're going more towards Trey's way. So, but go ahead. Sorry about that.
I agree with you from a lateral perspective. It is quite possible that Trey White's agility has gone down significantly because of the injuries. But I mean, Trey White's a 4.4 guy. You know what I mean? As much as and Christian Benford's a 4.5 guy. So. I mean,
right.
I think a lot of it really just has to do with experience.
Yes.
Christian Benford has been starting for this team for 3 years now, whereas Trey White has started for 6?
Long time, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's about 6 or 7 years. I mean, before the injury. So
who also was at a high level coming out of college compared to Christian Benford. Played for, you know what I mean?
That too, yeah.
So I mean, you got to factor that in. He just saying. He played against better opposition as well.
You got to give that to him. I think we can say that Christian Benford is on that trajectory. The only thing that Christian Benford needs is, and I'm sure he's probably got the green light by now, but he's got to trust what he's seeing a little bit more to be able to react faster. That's really all it is, because he's been in position for the most part whenever the play breaks down, and a lot of the interceptions that he gets is because he's in the right place, but he's not the guy going and forcing a play to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the big
yeah, I'm with you. He's not a ball hawk, and neither was Trey though. Trey's never been considered a ball hawk either. We don't really have ball hawks here. I got to be honest with you. We don't.
I gotta say,
I mean, Bishop, I would say is in the right place at the right time more than most. I would say he's more of the ball hawk type of. One of the, DB safety, whatever you want to call it, in the backfield there. So how much money is it going to cost the Bills to re-sign Trey? It would be cheap. And I think they would. I think Trey would want to come back to Buffalo and Buffalo only. I don't think Trey's wanting to go anywhere. You know what I mean? He's settled here. He likes it here. He likes the coaching staff here. He likes the teammates, obviously. Like Trey is Buffalo. So I do think the Bills would entertain, once again, like Shaq Thompson. I think they would entertain the idea of bringing them both back on. And honestly, they'd come back with decent deals. I don't think anything would be crazy affordable. They'd be affordable, put it that way. And I wouldn't hate it. Once again, 2-year deal. I'm good with the 2-year deal on both guys. Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's and then obviously when that 2 years done, you talk again, see where they're at. But I'd be good with that. White is better at reading plays and trusting his instincts to make plays on the ball. Knows where to ditch the guy to attack the ball. Benford more of a. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point. Exactly. That's a great point, man. That's where I was at when it comes to the difference between them two. He's more. I think Benford's more of a stickier player, and White's more of a, he knows where to be and get, get back on the ball as well. Does a better job of getting back on the ball. Rap is, I don't know, man. I guess Rap's done, man. I think his time is done here. I know he was on IR, but that tells me everything I need to know when he's not back. So, like, clearly something's going on there.
He's only $600,000 next year, so he's gone.
I think he's gone, yeah. And he was having a rough season anyways. I think that was I think they rushed on him. I didn't hate Rap. I just think they rushed on the signing. I got a little bit, I don't know. I don't know what they were seeing with that. I got to be honest with you. I always thought Rap was a good depth guy. I didn't see him as a starting safety in the NFL, but it is what it is. Once again, bad decision there on Bean and company. I'm going to say McDermott as well. McDermott wanted him there as safety. Bean went ahead and got the job done as far as paying him and keeping him here. So it is what it is, But to credit McDermott, he went a different route, and stuck with Poyer and Hancock. So you know what I mean. So it is what it is. Harbaugh is Giants head coach. So is it official now? Did he finally sign the deal? Because I know it wasn't official yet. I'm guessing it's okay. More than likely, I think they're just working on the small stuff right now. If they're going to re-sign these vets on 2-year deals, it's better to include a 2-year supply of.
Oh yeah,
Did they officially? They made it official. Okay, so 5-year deal. Okay, probably a lot of money too. It's Nostradamus, Tommy, and Juster Harris. What was the deal? Did they say 5-year what?
Let me see.
Sure, he got paid.
No, they haven't put it out yet.
Deal sign. Okay. So I'm sure it's a good deal. I'm sure they paid him pretty damn good. And I think Tomlin's going to get paid next season. He's going to take a break. He's going to take a break at 2026, I believe. And then he's going to come back at 2027. I think Tomlin is the next. He's going to get paid in 2027. He'll definitely find a job in 2027. I just think he wants a break. So I could be wrong. Maybe Tomlin's like, fuck it, I want to coach again right away. But I think Tomlin takes 1 year off. And I think actually he hinted towards that, or he even said that. So I don't expect Tomlin to be signed, to coach next year. So, but yeah, so there's one team that hired a coach, but there's 7 teams still available, 7 open spots for head coach. 8 right now. So there's 9. Yeah. Okay. So there's 8 spots still available. Very interested to see who gets hired next. We'll find out. That's something that we're not going to have to worry about here because I don't think McDermott's going anywhere. All right. Oh, Steve Lynn in the building. Don't worry. We good today. Destiny wants McDermott to get embarrassed by Vrabel and get eliminated by a first-year coach from his division. That's the humiliation is coming. It's just time. Hey, man. We'll find out. We'll find out how that goes. But I'll tell you what, say what you want, but the series is tied right now. If we're talking about how they played this season, 1-1. So that would be the rubber match if we face them. I don't know. I'm picking Texans to win, but I'm on the fence with that.
Texans are going to win that game.
I'm like I said, I'm on the fence. I think it's going to be low scoring because I'll tell you what, I just don't like Houston's offense. And no Nico Collins, which that hurts even more. But on the flip side, man, their defense is very, very good. And what I saw last week from May, now I'm not saying that will repeat, but he was a little shaky, fumbled a couple times, I believe. It's just the Chargers offense had nothing to give. So if the Texans offense can give them something, I think this could be a very close game, and I think it will be. Like I had that score, I think I said 17-13. But it could go either way. Like I really feel like it's going to be low scoring, a defensive kind of battle because New England, their defense is not terrible either. So they're going to bring some pressure. They're going to make some plays. And also their quarterback, Stroud, is kind of like what I'm seeing with Herbert, a guy that had a great rookie year, but never took the next step. He's just kind of towed that line of being a good quarterback. But he's never gotten to that next level. And I feel like Stroud's done the same thing. Great rookie year, same as Herbert. And then after that, it's just kind of been, they haven't regressed, but they haven't gotten better. And you got to have more. You got to have more from your guys that you're drafting like those. So I don't trust Stroud. But at the same time, May is super young. He made some mistakes last week against a good defense, not an elite defense. So, also, I will say this too, though. The Chargers, the Patriots offensive coordinator, McDaniels, is better than the Chargers offensive coordinator. So I expect him to also adjust better than what the Chargers did. So that's why I'm on the fence. I don't know. I'm just going to go with Houston because I just feel like their defense is that good, and maybe they get a defensive touchdown. Maybe they get a turnover, on New England side of the ball, on the field. It makes it easier for the Texans to score. But yeah, the Texans offense, no running backs, like no receiver now with Nico gone. Quarterback is so up and down. Bro. Scoring is going to be a problem there. So what do you got? What do you got in that? It seems like you're going Patriots.
I think the Patriots are the better team. I think the Texans really can't score at will. And I think, even when they're going to try, the Patriots defense is shown that they are an improved defense when they have Milton Williams playing on that defensive line. So, maybe the Texans defense is able to do, some of what they did against the Steelers and score with their defense and
Twice.
really, yeah. I mean, if they can do that, then shoot, go ahead and do our
Yeah.
job for us. Go ahead and take that out,
Right.
make our job easier because,
Right.
like I said last night on our show, at the end of the day, the Bills were what, 1 or 2 plays away from winning that game. And when I say
Last drive, really? Yeah.
Yeah, we had the ball on that last drive, and Josh Allen just didn't throw it to the open guy. So that's a Josh Allen mistake, not
Correct.
they dominated us. We had no chance of winning that game, even with how great their defense was, even with our two tackles not playing and Dalton Kincaid not playing. We still had a chance to win the game at the end. So
Correct.
I'll
Correct.
take going to Houston in the title game and see what we can do.
I will too. They actually asked me in the show prior, the Shakedown show, would we rather play an elite defense but not but an okay offense, or a good offense and an okay average defense? I'll take the elite defense, average offense all day. So I would much rather play Houston. I know some of you guys are like, no, but for me, I think, dude, I'll take that matchup. I think New England's I think they're more well-rounded as a team, right? So, but at the end of the day, I think we still match up well. It doesn't matter. So if it's Houston, fine. If it's Patriots, it is what it is, right? We're going to have to face one of them either way, but I think we could beat either one. I'm not frightened by either team. I feel like, once again, we were in the Houston game and we were, like Aramis just said, missing pieces, and we still had an opportunity to win the game for as clunky as our offense was that game. The Patriots, we split. So both teams, obviously, it's not like they blew us out, right? Matter of fact, even the Patriots win in Buffalo was a very close game. Came down to the last drive by the Patriots to win. So, but we're talking about this game. We got to get through, obviously, today, right? And then we'll worry about that next week. But now, it's 4 o'clock. We're not going to be on too much longer because we're going to want to get settled in and get ready for the game here. So let's get to our let's go ahead and get to our X factors on offensive, defense, and our score predictions. So guys in the chat, go ahead and put your score prediction now so I can go ahead and put it on the stream. I'll start with you, Aramis. X factors on offense, X factor on defense, and the score prediction.
My X factor is going to be Brandon Cooks again for this game. I picked him in the last game, and he definitely was that. I think his presence outside magnifies the weaknesses of the Broncos defense and forces them to play, in a way that they don't want to play. They want to be able to take away half the field, but if that half the field that you're taking away and you still puts you in a position where you're getting destroyed on the other side by Brandon Cooks, you know what I mean? It's like you kind of lose trust in yourself after seeing something like that happen. So I think Brandon Cooks is my offensive X factor. Defensively, this is kind of a tough one because the Broncos are 16th in the league in rushing, and if you really watch what they do, they're just they don't look good doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think they get away with doing it because of the types of games that they've been in where they're either just trying to stay in a game and keep it close and not put too much on Bo Nix and stuff like that, or they're just going all out at the end of games, putting the ball in Bo Nix's hands to just go do what you do and win it for us. You know what I mean? So it's kind of tough to know what offense you're going to get. But I mean, the one thing that they are going to look at as probably the biggest weakness on our defense is our safeties. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the X factor in this game is going to be Cam Lewis, because I think his level of play is really going to affect what the Bills are able to do defensively. They're going to be able to disguise better with Cam Lewis on the field, but his level of play is really going to dictate what they're going to be able to do down the field. If they are able to get some down the field passes on our safeties, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. So I'll say Cam Lewis.
All right, score prediction.
I got Bills winning 21-17.
Okay. We got some score predictions coming in real quick. G-Pick, obviously Chiefs fan, coming in 34-14. Bills. We got Spin, 31-21 Bills. We got Nabel, 27-17 Bills. So they're I see a lot of people are kind of leaning towards what you're saying about a 10-point swing. So I got obviously closer, guys. I did say 27-23. I wish I can get on board with that. I went into the playoffs saying that the Bills are going to be in close games, so I'm going to stick to what I said. It's just kind of how it's been this season, right? We haven't really routed a team in a while, right? The Jets, I guess, but the Jets are terrible. Like, we're just against the better teams. We're usually in dogfights, so that's why I just kind of feel like this is going to be a dogfight. But I once again lean towards Buffalo because obviously Josh Allen, he is the biggest X factor. And once again, you guys wonder why we don't pick Josh Allen, because he's the easiest one to pick. So we kind of avoid that. He's always an X factor. So for me, defensively, I'm going to go Matt Milano here. I want to see him creating some pressure. I want to see maybe a linebacker blitz or two. He usually gets home on those. He's disruptive when they send him. So I think Matt Milano could play a factor here as well. So I'm going to go Matt Milano here. I think he has a sack in this game. I think he has some nice tackles for loss as well. I also think, to on the side, if I had another one, I would go with this probably Groot. I thought Groot had a really good game last week, and it was kind of helped by Bosa. Bosa, I know he didn't show up on a stat sheet much, but he's kind of he's pushing the quarterback in the direction of Groot, which is making Groot's life a lot easier. So he's helping out Groot as well. But I'll stay with Milano on offense. I'm going to go Dalton Kincaid here. He was kind of a no-show last week. Not a no-show, but we didn't really use him much. I think this is a game where he could be used and he could be successful in this game, and really the tight ends in general. I think Dawson Knox also will have some catches, key catches in this game as well. But I'm going to go Kincaid here. I think Kincaid also gets a touchdown in this game. He had one last week. I think he gets another one this week. I definitely could see him having like a 70-yard game in this game. So for me, that's a big game with a touchdown. So I'll go X Factor Dalton Kincaid. My score prediction, like I said, 27-23, about a 4-point swing. But I'm not hating you guys on your score either. Like, I can see that happening. I can see a score being like 27-17 for sure. No doubt about it. But I'm going to stick with what I said, 27-23. And that's it. What time is it? 4:10? Yeah, so we're going to get out of here, guys, so we can get settled down and get ready for this game. Let me see if I have missed any last chats. Sad to say, after watching this team for many, many years, I come to expect disappointment. Hopefully that's not going to happen today. Roy, I get it. Hey, man, go with what you feel, man. Go with what your gut says. Bills are going to break some motherfucking tables, says Honk. Yeah, yes, we are, man. Yes, we are. Lynn, 27-13. So, guys, I will... real quick. Once again, Post-Podium Podcast, Mondays and Fridays at 5:30. You don't want to miss their show. Go over there, show some love, subscribe, hit the notification bell so when you know when they're live. Also, Reese T, which is the Reese T Tailgate Talk, which is we're on right now, the pregame show. You guys want to go out and get some Reese T. Where can they get Reese T at in Buffalo?
So if they're in Buffalo, most of the Delta Sonic stores are now sold out.
Damn, sold out. Look at that. You got to forget it. You guys are fucked. Yeah.
But if you're out of town or if you're here in Buffalo and you can't find them in stores, you can get them online at resweettea.com.
Making fun of my apple juice, huh? This is Corona Premier. All right, you just relax on that. And I do like apple juice, though, by the way. So don't knock my apple juice. I like apple juice. So there we go. That's where you get your Reese Tea. And that's it. Any last words, Aramis?
Go Bills.
Whoa. I almost made a mistake. The poll has closed.
I wonder what it is.
50%. So there was 62 votes. 50% says compliment, 19% complaint, 31% says mystery box. So we are ending that poll, and you got to go ahead and give a compliment to the Buffalo Bills. You're lucky I don't put Sean McDermott compliment. I could add that next season. Then you'd be really in trouble.
You know, I think I'm going to be busy next season for these pregame shows. Oh man. God, this is hard. Okay. Compliment the Bills.
Compliment the Bills. That's right.
I think the Bills did a great job of coming back out with those red helmets, and they look great with the current jerseys. So good job.
Oh, jeez. That was pretty lame.
Yeah, I get it. But what do you want from me, man? I mean,
Pretty.
I gave a much better one early in the show because you made me make up for the one I didn't give last week. So I'm
pretty lame. Pretty lame.
That's fine.
He liked our red helmets. Wow. With our matching jerseys. Oh my God. All right. Well, we're gonna get the Real Men of Genius, and we're gonna get out of here. One video for today, and then we're out of here, guys. Here we go.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Horse-Drawn Carriage Driver.
Mr. Horse-Drawn Carriage Driver.
You start your day with a tip-tip and a cheerio, which is odd because you're from Brooklyn.
Jolly old Brooklyn.
While most people sit behind a desk, you proudly sit 2 feet behind a 4-legged manure factory. No one knows the guts it takes to ride the subway to work dressed as a foppish dandy from the 18th century. Blaring horns, profanity, vicious insults, all met with a courtly tip of your stovepipe hat. So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, buggy boy, because the way you say giddy up makes us say, whoa. Bud Light beer and
Wow. Those two are attacking each other in the back of that carriage.
We don't have those here downtown. I've never seen them. Now I know up in New York they have them. Is that still a thing over there? You guys still have those horse carriage or whatever?
Yeah, I've been in New York City a couple of times. A bunch of times, but yeah, they still do it.
Still trotting around.
Yeah, not as popular as it used to be, but yeah, they still do.
Okay, all right, guys. So appreciate you guys rocking with us as always for the pregame show. I'll be here halftime, hopefully happy and talking about a Bills lead. So join me here at the halftime show, and then obviously me and Mikey will be back on the post-game show right after the game. So you're going to get our instant reaction following the Bills-Broncos game. So Bills Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Go Bills.
There we go.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.